This fall, we're going to Scotland and Ireland, and I'm so excited. And now is the time to get my wardrobe sorted out. What am I going to bring? What do I need? And do I need to buy anything? Do I really need to buy anything? Getting ready to travel is so much fun, but it can be a recipe for overbuying and ending up with a bunch of stuff that you don't need. So in this video, I'm going to talk about assessing a wardrobe, kind of thinking about what you're going to bring, what do you need, and how to make good purchases if you do need to buy some things. Tip number one is to try to do this on the early side. It helps you enjoy your trip for a longer period of time and can really help you make good decisions when packing. Online shopping has helped with this, but even then, you still have to try things on, and if they don't fit, you have to send them back, and there's time there that's wasted, and it's stressful, and you can end up making purchases that you don't really like just because you're desperate, so plan early. First, a few basic things. Color scheme. This is a big one. Pick a color scheme. That way you have things that you can mix and match, and you don't end up bringing a bunch of things that you never wear because you don't have anything to wear with them. This can also help keep your packing to a minimum. The weather, of course, we have to think about what's the weather. In my case, we're going to Scotland and Ireland, and I've looked up the weather. We can expect cool to cold temperatures, rain, wind, and the sun might peek out and there's some warm days. So that's going to be a lot of things to have to prepare for. But for me, that's kind of lucky because our falls are that way here in Northern California. So I can base anything I need off of my fall and winter wardrobe and determine, can these things fit into my fall and winter wardrobe? And even better, do I need these things for my fall and winter wardrobe? That way I'm making purchases that can serve double duty, both for my trip and for fall winter. What will you be doing on your trip? In our case, we're going on a tour. We're going to be traveling by coach, which is a big bus basically, to a destination. We'll get out, we'll walk all around, we'll probably be on our feet, half of the day. And both city and also we're going to a couple of natural places like the Giant's Causeway, which looks so cool, but it also, it looks like you're going to need some slip resistant shoes and some sturdy shoes. We've also done trips where we literally walked or took a train everywhere. That's a very active trip. That's something that you need to consider. Or are you going to a resort where really all you need to worry about is getting from the room to the pool, to the bar, to the pool, to dinner, and back to the room? Will you have to be carrying your own luggage? Are you going to have to lug your own luggage around, or is someone going to do that for you? It's hard to drag luggage across cobblestones or railroad tracks, even if they have wheels. And sometimes you can break your wheels if you're really putting a lot of stress on them, up and down stairs. So that's something to think about. Do you have the luxury to pack a lot of things, or are you going to be really trying to pare it down as much as you can, or somewhere in the middle? Will you be able to wash a few things? In our case, our tour, we will have 2 instances where we will be in the same hotel for 2 nights in a row. That means I could probably wash a few things out in the sink if I needed to, or I could have them laundered by the hotel. And I did check both of those hotels, and they do have a laundry service that we could use. Speaking of dry time, think about that. If it's really cold where you're going to be or really humid, it's going to take longer for those clothes to dry. Shoes, shoes, shoes. Do be honest with yourself about your shoe needs. If you're going to be walking a lot, you're going to need some comfortable shoes. And on that note, I'm just going to give you a quick travel tip here. I'm going to be making more videos on travel tips, but this one's biggie. Pack in whatever you're carrying with you during the day, some bandages and a little Vaseline or maybe Neosporin or something. If you get a blister and you're walking, you will thank your lucky stars, not your lucky stars, you're planning that you've got a bandage and a little something soft you can put between the bandage and the blister. What kind of walking are you going to be doing if you're walking? In some of the older countries, the streets are cobblestone. And even though ballet flats might be your go-to and super comfortable around where you live, they're probably not going to be enough support for you on the cobblestone. It's rough on your feet. I usually bring a couple of good pairs of walking shoes, 2 pair, so that I can interchange them and no spot on my feet gets real sore. I love to bring some flip-flops if I need them, especially because if you're staying in hotels, they might have a beautiful pool. And that's kind of another one of my rules. I always bring a bathing suit. No matter what, I bring a bathing suit because there's been so many times when I've been at a hotel, I didn't think I was going to want to go swimming per the trip I was on, but they had a beautiful pool. So I always bring a bathing suit, and then a pair of flip-flops is really handy if you're walking to and from the pool. And I also love to bring a pair of slippers because that's so nice and cozy when you're in your hotel room. You can have a little pair of slippers. I'm bringing these little boots. They're so comfortable. I bought these for another trip that we took, and they were a good purchase. I have worn the heck out of these boots, so much so that I've had the heels redone and I just had the insoles redone. I will be bringing these little guys, some little heel pads, just in case. That's really nice if you are on your feet a lot, just to give yourself a little cushion if you need it. And then if you don't, you can just pull them out. Is there something special that you need to consider for your trip? I think in my case for this Scotland and Ireland trip, it's going to be rain and wind. So I am going to need to stay dry. What bag will you bring, or what are you going to carry your stuff around with when you're out touring? I suggest a crossbody bag. This is something I can keep in front of me. I suggest that. Backpacks are really, unless you're hiking or something like that, people can steal stuff out of your backpack, and I don't want to be an alarmist. We are just preparing, just like we look both ways when we cross the street. We need to know that in touristy areas, pickpockets are out there and they are very good at what they do. All right, now's the time. I'm just going to lay everything out. I'm going to see what I have, see what I'm missing. What am I really missing? Can I use this in my fall winter wardrobe? And that's what I would suggest. If you're traveling to a warm place, choose things that you can fit into your spring and summer wardrobe. If you're traveling to a cool place, choose things that you can fit into your winter wardrobe or your cool season wardrobe, depending on where you live. It's time to lay out the clothes. And by the way, this is a really handy little item. I got this off Amazon. I'll see if I can link it below. This just hooks over your door and you can hang things on it. I bought this to prepare for travel, but also to do my YouTube videos. Okay, my color scheme is going to be kind of brown, white, black. I mean, nothing too extreme. I'm just going to keep it to the neutrals. And then this coat is kind of a heathery burgundy sort of a color. So I'm going to mix in a little bit of kind of a burgundy tone. As you can see, white and black. And I have to say, I really have very few long sleeve shirts in any other color. I have one red turtleneck, like a Christmas red, and that's not going to work for this trip. Also, these shirts are pretty lightweight. They're not super heavy. None of these are really sweatery. I do have some sweaters. I'm going to show those in a minute. So I could use some long sleeve shirts. I am going to layer on this trip since the weather will fluctuate, or could fluctuate. You never know, it might not. So I probably won't buy a lot of super heavy, warm tops that you would wear by themselves, because again, I'm going to go with the layering method. So a couple of long sleeve shirts in a brown or some other warm fall color like that could be on the list. Here's my layering sweater options. I have this black open sweater that I can wear, and I have this gray one. Not sure why I just took that off the hanger, but I have this gray one. These are not exactly the warm colors I was envisioning for this trip. I have so much black and white. I'm really kind of tired of black. I want to go more brown. So a brown open sweater could also be on the list. This is the coat that I bought in this heather color. It's a puffy coat, and this is waterproof. I did a lot of research on this because I don't want to get all wet while I'm on these tours. I also have this brown coat. This is an oldie but goodie. I was not considering bringing this on the trip. However, what I saw a lot of people recommend, because I did look at YouTube videos what to wear in Scotland and Ireland, a couple of them suggested waterproof pants. Now, I don't want any waterproof pants. I'm never going to wear waterproof pants. I don't even want to wear waterproof pants on this trip, but I have been rained on so much that the tops of my legs got super soaked, and I also don't want that to happen. So this coat is long. It is waterproof, and I just checked it. It is definitely waterproof. And it's also got a removable layer in here. So I could even just wear it as an overcoat if for some reason the weather is warmer but wet. So although I wasn't gonna bring this, I think I'm going to. And I think it could serve a lot of options for me and keep me from having to buy waterproof pants. All right, here are some of the other items that I'm thinking of bringing. I do have some actual over sweaters. This is a black one. I have this beautiful sweater, and this is another dilemma. It fits the color scheme. I paid a lot for this, and so I am hesitant to bring it, and I'm not going to fall into that trap. I bought this. It could be perfect. I don't know. I'm going to try everything on. By the way, I've laid it all out, but I'm going to try outfits on, and if it works, I'm bringing it. I have this white sweater that I have worn the heck out of. I've worn it so much and washed it so much that the edge here is a little rumply and a little bit makeup stained. So this is looking worn. I may bring it anyway, but if I found a great white sweater to replace this, it wouldn't be terrible. That would be good. And that kind of goes for this too. Now this is that nice kind of a burgundy color that goes with my color scheme, and I like it. It's not black and white, so it's a color. I think I'm going to bring this. I also don't know if I'm going to bring this. This is a little over sweater that I bought actually in Austria because we were going to visit that super cool castle and I was freezing. I did not dress warm enough. Luckily, there was a little store. I bought this. It was not expensive. It's actually starting to pill. This is an example of a purchase where I did not have what I needed on the trip. The pants I'm planning to bring are these brown pants, and I just bought these because I had no brown pants, and I need a pair of brown pants for the fall. So I thought this was a good purchase. I can wear them. I've already worn them twice already, so I really like them. And these guys are going with. And I have my jeans. Now these are my best pair of jeans. And I have to say they are so worn out. They're even more worn out than I thought as I'm making this video. The thighs here are really thin. I mean, they're super comfortable, but they're thin and they're really faded. And even as I'm looking here along the zipper and the pockets, they're really, really worn. So a good new pair of jeans would be a great purchase for me to find. They would work for the trip, and I need them for just my regular wardrobe. I am considering bringing a couple of tank tops as layering items. Now, I wish these had a thicker strap. I don't imagine that in Scotland and Ireland I'm going to need to strip down to a tank top, but you never know, especially us, you know, I am postmenopausal, but if you're still in your hot flash stage of menopause, you never know, you might need to strip down to a tank top. I prefer these straps were wider so that it would be appropriate and cover the bra strap. And I also bought these fingerless gloves, and they're black. These will not go to waste. I hate it when my hands are cold, So a pair of black fingerless gloves are always going to be a good purchase for me, but I also have another pair coming in brown just to kind of go with my wardrobe. Speaking of hats and other accessories, something I really love to bring, in fact, I wear all the time, are scarves. These are great layering items. They don't take up a lot of room and they can really blend your wardrobe, particularly if they're multicolored. This is one of my favorite scarves of all time. I will definitely be bringing it. It's not real heavy, but if I wrap it around my neck, it will still keep the wind off my neck. And you can see that this has so many colors in it. It's going to blend my wardrobe really well, including there's a little bit of blue in here, so it will help blend in the blue jeans. This scarf is much heavier and it's not multicolored, but what I love about this is that it is really warm, and if I am too chilly, I can wear it on the front, wrap it around my neck, and then have it flat in the back like this, and then put my coat on over it. And this has kept me warm before while traveling. Also, I'll wear this on the plane and it can serve as a little blanket or even a little pillow. Something else to think about if you're traveling and you think you're going to be visiting some churches. Most of the churches will not allow you in if your shoulders are bare, or if your knees are bare for that matter. But for the shoulders, a scarf can also serve to cover up those shoulders. But if you're not a scarf person, I would not run out and buy scarves. You're never going to wear them. So again, buy items that you think you will wear. All right, it's time to start trying on the clothes. Don't just lay them out, try them on and make sure that they are working for you, that you like the way they look and you like the way they feel. So this outfit I think can work. These are my brown pants, my black boots, a gray cardigan sweater, and my trusty blender scarf. Another scarf I really want to find is a black, brown, beige, white printed scarf, a lightweight one like this. If I could find that, it would go great with this outfit. I would wear the heck out of it. So if I find something like that, I'm going to buy it. Next test though is, how is this going to feel with a coat on? It feels a little confined in the arm. It feels pretty good. I think the colors are okay. This would look better with brown shoes. But honestly, this sweater, it's bunching up under the arm. Gosh darn. All right, here's the same outfit, but with this black sweater. It's not as bulky in the arm. That feels way, way better. This could go, especially with my blender scarf, but imagine if I had the black, white, brown, beige kind of tone scarf. It would really bring this outfit together. I have to think about my bag. This is the only crossbody bag that I have right now. The black, I mean, it could go because I'm wearing the black shoes. I really think I need a pair of brown walking shoes and maybe a brown crossbody bag. Part of the reason I say that is I don't want to wear the same shoes all the time. I just think it's better to have two pairs of comfortable shoes just in case. We're going to be gone 2 weeks, and one pair of walking shoes, I don't think it's enough. I think what I've learned is that the sweater that I bring cannot have a bulky sleeve. This black one's definitely going to come with me, and I probably could use a brown one, sort of a brown tone or a burgundy tone open sweater that doesn't have bulky sleeves, that will be comfortable to wear under a heavy coat. This top, and I have another one in black, is what I plan to bring for my lighter weight top 2 in case it does warm up a little bit. I can have the scarf again, or I can take the scarf off And I think that this would be a pretty lightweight outfit to wear. I also plan to bring one black t-shirt with a short sleeve in case it looks like the weather is really going to be warm. Now, I don't really have a lot of t-shirts in other colors right now. I do have one white one and it wrinkles so terribly I wouldn't bring it on a trip. But I'm not going to run out and buy a bunch of t-shirts because I don't think that's the weather I'm preparing for. This is just one t-shirt in case for some reason it's unseasonably warm. I can also use this to layer, and I think that my other two 3/4 sleeve cotton t-shirts will work. Here is this black sweater that I have. Goes good with the black boots. Also, I have a white tank on, that white tank on underneath here. And what's really nice with a long tank, if you tuck it in, it keeps your lower back warm. And if you're in a cold climate, that can really help. Oh, also, I'm gonna sit in them because we are gonna be on a coach, so I'm gonna be sitting a lot. Something to wear to dinner a couple of times. I think that's a little bit nicer. So I am bringing these black pants, these black boots. These are going to be my dress boots, and I've worn them that way before. I do want to talk shoes real quick. I have my black boots, which I love. I'll definitely bring these, and I can wear them, I think, for dinner. I'm not expecting anything really formal on this trip, but at least I have a nicer pair of shoes for dinner. I don't really have a pair of brown walking shoes. I have these Ralph Lauren boots, which I've had forever. I love, love, love them. I have worn them again so many times. I've had them reheeled and resoled, but I don't know if they're waterproof. I don't know why. I need something different. I mean, I've been wearing these for 10 years, if not longer, and they're not that cushy on the bottom. And since I have these boots, which are also not super cushy, I think that a brown walking shoe with a more cushy sole would be a good thing to rotate in and out, and it would look good with my outfits. And I need it in my wardrobe. I don't have anything like it. I do have my Keen waterproof hiking boots. These are not fashionable, clearly. I don't want to run around in these the whole time. I am considering bringing these though for like the Giant's Causeway, or if we're really going to be doing something more natural, hikey sort of event or day trip. Alrighty, and here are the winners. I've already established I will be able to do some laundry, so I think that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 shirts plus 2 sweaters and a black sweater. What is that? That's 9 items of clothing for a 14-day trip, or rather 9 tops for a 14-day trip. I think that's plenty. So, do I actually need to buy anything? Honestly, I think I could get away with not buying anything more than I have here, except for a pair of brown walking shoes. So, on the list for me will be, for sure necessities, a brown walking shoe. Things that would be great, the blender scarf in black, brown, beige, white. I do have a pair of brown gloves coming. And honestly, I think that's all I need. Also, I usually bring some kind of a sun hat. This is Ireland and Scotland, so I'm not expecting a ton of sunny weather. But if I ran across a brown, say like a baseball sort of a cap, that could really be useful in my wardrobe too. All right, let me know if you liked this video. I hope it was helpful for you. It certainly was helpful for me in deciding, do I really need to buy anything for this trip? And, if you want to, please give me a like or subscribe. I would love that. Turn on notifications if you want to, or don't. I'm not going to lie. I don't turn on notifications because I don't want to get all those notifications popping along. I probably shouldn't say that, but do what's best for you. And I'd love to hear from you in the comments too. Have a beautiful day, and thank you for watching.